This is a Nugget. This is a Mosin Nagant. This thing is a hodgepodge of a bunch of different guns put together throughout the early 21st century. Probably some parts from World War II, maybe some from before, and maybe some from after. I'm not really sure. All I know is that someone took a carbine-length barrel, put it in a full-size stock, and then just cut the stock down. And they might have cut down the barrel, too. This gun is extremely short. I don't know if you can tell how short this thing is on the camera, but it's very short. Normally, Mosins are pretty long because they were designed in the 1880s, 90s kind of era. It was when this gun was initially being designed by Mosin. Was it Mosin or Nagant who had most of the basically one guy pretty much did all of the design work, and then one of the other guys had a little thing he did with the magazine, and he somehow got his name on it. But if you're ever wondering, there is not a Mosin Nagant. It is Mosin and Nagant. They're two different people. Either way, this gun was designed back then during the transitionary period from black powder cartridges to smokeless powder cartridges, and it served the Russians from 1890 all the way up to about 1950. So, and even today, in Ukraine, there are some Russian soldiers being shipped out with nuggets, which is impressive to think that Russia designed this gun over 130 years ago, and they're still using it today in some specific instances, which is interesting. Very cool gun. The cartridge is probably one of my favorite cartridges ever, which is the 7.62x54 rimmed cartridge right here. It's a very big boy, just slightly bigger than 308. But out of a gun like this is a pain to shoot. I love shooting it, and it's a lot of fun, but it hurts. Every time I shoot it, I end up with a little bruise right here because it has a metal butt plate that just is... that's just painful. There's no recoil springs or anything, so when you shoot this, the full recoil is felt in your shoulder. When you shoot like a big semi-automatic rifle like an AK or a Barrett, a lot of that energy is taken up by just chambering the next round, so you don't feel it. The recoil isn't quite as bad. But on this thing, you're the one who chambers around the next round manually, and when you shoot it, all of the energy is sent right back into your shoulder with this big stick. It's just made worse by the fact that this gun is very short, so it doesn't have any weight at the end of the barrel to keep it down. So when you shoot this thing, it's like, BAM! Way up. It's... I'm pretty sure this thing also counts as a flashbang, because every time you shoot it, a gigantic fireball comes out the end because it's so goddamn short. The powder can't burn all the way in that amount of time. It's not very accurate at all. It's pretty inaccurate, and it's kind of janky, but I love it. I was told when I bought this gun that I probably shouldn't. There's other ones you can get that are better for a similar price, but I didn't listen to him because I wanted this one, and I'm glad I did, because this gun is super unique, even amongst Mosins. You don't see a lot of... It's just weird. You know, you don't have the top handguard. The bolt is bent down for whatever reason. This probably was straight at one point, like Mosin bolts usually are. Some Mosins do have bent bolt handles, but they usually come down and go down all the way to here to get a lot of leverage. This thing doesn't give you a lot of leverage. So it's most likely someone took a normal bolt, heated it up super hard, and then just bent it down. And I don't know exactly why, because this thing doesn't have a cutout for a mount. So there's not a lot of reason to do that, because I have no idea how you would mount a scope to this rifle. When the only reason why you'd want a bent bolt handle is to make way for the scope. Either way, super unique rifle. I really kind of want another Mosin that's a little bit true to form to what a Mosin normally is. This kind of is a weird Mosin and isn't normal, but I feel like it's, out of any Mosin I've ever held in my life, it's the one most deserving of the word Nugget, and I love it.